Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
A very pleasant good day, curling fans, and welcome to the Martensville Curling Club. It's the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2, brought to you here on Curling Stadium. We have this matchup between Hollie Duncan versus Christina Black. My name's Dave Schmel. I'm joined by Jason Chang. Our producer is Matt Hone, and our camera engineer is Connor Sims. Jason, both these teams here are at 1-2.
Yeah, both these teams are at 1-2, and it is only a 4-game pool play here. So this is their final game, and for them to qualify to the playoffs, they need a win. A win, and you might get a chance at a tiebreaker. If you lose, you are out. You see the no-tick rule coming into play right off the bat.
And of course, we have that rule, but we do have some different slant-specific rules, and maybe somebody's first time joining us for this type of format. Why don't you go over them, Jason?
Yeah, absolutely. So these are 8-end games, and they will end after 8 ends, except if it's a tie. We don't go into extra ends. They will do a draw to the button, a shootout to determine who gets the win and who takes the shootout loss. Also, each team is only allowed to blank one end during the course of the game. So if you blank one end, that's fine. You keep the hammer, but if you blank a second one, the hammer will flip. We've already seen a couple of teams make that mistake earlier this week, maybe just forgetting that they can't blank a second end. So very important to keep in mind how many blanks you've already made and perhaps how many blanks your opponent has made, because as you're trying to jockey for hammer in the even ends later on in the game, that will come into play.
Yeah, because it's kind of like an auto force against your opponent if they've already used their blank.
Yeah, you've used your blank already. You're going all out to score. Well, interesting matchup here. Obviously, Christina Black, they came off a fantastic performance at the Canadian Olympic Trials in Halifax just a couple of weeks ago. Of course, losing in the best-of-3 final, 2-0 to Rachel Homan. I don't think anybody's particularly surprised that Team Homan won that Canadian Trials, but a great performance from the home team, Christina Black, at those trials. And she's been one of those skips really on the rise over the last few years, getting herself into the playoffs of the Scotties and then into that final of the Olympic Trials.
For sure, no doubt there.
Meanwhile, Hollie Duncan, she's got a couple of Scotties Tournament of Hearts appearances. 2022 and 2019, I believe. She won a Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, to get to her first Scotties. And then I think the second time she went to the Scotties was because Rachel Homan was in the mixed doubles for the Olympics, and she got the spot for Ontario in that Scotties. That would have been a COVID Scotties as well.
So this is Megan Boston asking Strybush to peel this off here. Boston, the third rock thrower, handles the skip duties. Hollie Duncan throws fourth.
Yeah, we've seen this Duncan team play with 5 or 6 players throughout the season. But this is the first time I've seen Hollie sweeping. I know they've been doing this all year, but I haven't actually called a game with her this year, so we'll see how this goes for them. Of course, Megan Balston has been a long-time skip in Ontario before joining up with Hollie, so not unfamiliar with skipping duties.
And this makes 3 teams with essentially the same uniform on the women's side. Blue with black, the other team being Team Cameron, which frankly confused the living daylights out of me yesterday and caused me to give the worst score update in curling stadium history.
Well, it can get confusing, and you don't see this issue occurring at the World Championships because under World Curling rules, in terms of uniforms, you have to have a light uniform and a dark uniform. And so when you're throwing the light stones, in this case it would be the yellow stones, you would have to wear your light uniform. So for Team Canada, that's usually the white uniform that has some red accents. And if you're playing the dark color stones, in this case the red stones, you wear your dark uniform. So for Team Canada, you'd be wearing that red uniform or that black uniform that you sometimes see. That makes it easier for the scorekeepers, the fans, as well as the commentators. But in World Curling Tour rules, there's no rules to what the uniforms can look like.
Pretty sure they're required to wear pants, so that's a rule.
That is a rule, yeah. Well, maybe that could be a new rule for the Grand Slam of curling. No pant curling.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Make it an entirely different sort of pick.
Well, I think that would be a great tribute to Colleen Jones if we had everybody wear those skirts.
Well, true, absolutely, and everybody can curl in a skirt or a kilt if you like. See this one just taken off the top guard. Still shots down under cover for Team Black.
Yeah, good situation for Team Black. That rock is splitting the center line, biting the top of the button. They've got most of that button covered from that positioning, and they've got one guard already trying to put up the guard again. Seeing where Christina was holding her broom, and not a ton of curl today. Dave, I haven't called the game since the opening Tuesday. What have you noticed in the ice over the past day or two?
I've noticed that there's been plenty of curl, and usually just into the 8 foot has usually been to the button. Obviously, they take less ice there since they're throwing high. Good 15 feet less to travel. So, see if they go to take on the double peel here.
Yeah, there is a bit of staggered on those two guards. Still quite a difference. They might be able to...
Just the one off the top.
Yeah, I was saying if they hit it a hair thin, they could perhaps chip that red corner guard into the rings and have a couple in the rings. That would put a little bit more pressure on Team Black to make the guards perfect. If there were 2 red stones in the rings, they might even decide to hit the open one. If that were the case, right now, just keep guarding. You've got a great stone to steal.
Now, I don't recall being on sheet 2 in the last few games, but you are correct. This is not a lot of curl.
Yeah, just taking just outside the 4 foot there, and that's where they put it on the last rock as well that they threw. So based on that, only about maybe slightly less than 3 feet of curl to get to the high guard position.
Yes, the last couple games I called were on sheet 1, the beer sheet. the Churchill Brewing Company house. This one overcurls a good amount, so maybe it wasn't enough ice.
Yeah, so now you'll play the run back here, the yellow onto the yellow. Their best chance so far to get rid of that shot stone.
So Hollie Duncan getting ready to settle on in here. Her first to the opener, trying to make this run back. Going to be close to it and well made.
Yeah, avoided the jam at the back. And double jam was possible, actually, but now back red is open, so you'll see Christina Black make a play on this, maybe roll it a little bit behind one of those guards. Want to make sure you stay in play. That red stone, it might just be close enough for Hollie to be tempted at a split if she gets the chance. I'm not sure if she will go for it in the first end. But because you only get one blank in this 8-end game, you might not want to waste the blank. You might just want to try to go for that split instead.
Very good point. So here's the final yellow-black rock in the first end. They make that hit, and now we'll see the decision time, or are they going to use the blank?
They seem to be thinking about it, and they're going to decide to save it. They're going to draw. So this is...
strategery.
Yeah, a function of that only having one blank. They don't want to give it up right now, because then they know Christina Black has their blank in the back pocket to use. So they're going to take one. Well, they're going to try to take one. Now, if they did try to blank, they would have hammer in the evens, but then they know going for the rest of the game that Christina is going to try to flip that hammer with the blank that they have left in their pocket. So
Duncan on the draw, final stone of the opening end. Just needs to touch a bit of the 8. They have that no problem, so a single point's going to go on the board for Duncan. Black will have the hammer when we return to Martensville.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
And welcome back to Martensville. It's a Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2 event brought to you here on Curling Stadium, part of the Stadium Sports Network. Happy to have you here with us. It was a single point for Hollie Duncan. First look at Christina Black with the hammer here in the second end, throwing the yellow stones. And Jason, we were talking some during the break about the strategy there, taking that single point.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned before, and if you're just joining us, only one blank is allowed per team. So if you blank once, you can retain the hammer, but if you blank again, you have to give up the hammer. And so Team Duncan, they had a choice. They could have played the blank there with a hit and roll out, but that would have been using that only blank they have all game. They decide instead, we want to keep that in our back pocket, maybe use it a little bit later on. So they take the draw for one. I was covering another game in the opening day. They decided to play the blank in the first and have hammers in the evens. But again, once you take that blank, now the other team has the blank available to them and can try to use it later in the game to flip the hammers back. So a little bit of a cat and mouse game with this rule.
Do you have a cat,
Charlie
Jason?
Everett. Do I have a cat?
Yeah, do you have a cat? We're talking about cat and mouse?
No, I don't. I don't have a cat. My wife is really allergic to cats, so...
Well, I'm pretty allergic too. I ended up inheriting my mother's cat. So I had to take care of it till it eventually walked over that rainbow bridge. But that's when I started to realize it might have been the end for Pretty Boy, because he stopped catching the mice.
Oh, well, they've become less useful.
Not only did he catch these mice, he consumed them. Everything except the tail. I guess it was a texture thing.
Oh. Yeah, I've always found it weird that cats eat mice. It just doesn't seem like they should. They just seem such friendly animals. They shouldn't be catching mice and then eating them. They should just be scaring off the mice. But
well, and then at the same time, cats have notoriously fickle stomachs. If you change the brand of canned food that you use, they're, leaving it all over your living room carpet, but yet they'll go eat a mouse. And it stayed down just fine. Maybe that's more of an indictment on the pet food manufacturers.
It's how they keep you on the same one. Keep eating the same brand.
Right, yeah. I mean, you do. I mean, when, it was a rescue cat, which my mom's last cat had passed away, so I got her a rescue, and it came with instructions saying, this is the exact food that this cat eats. That's all he ever got. A couple different flavor variants, but the same general variety. You
Right.
see this little tap has in line shot in second, but a double available. Or just a hit and roll.
Hit and roll will be just fine.
So here's Rochelle Strybush. Make the contact. Are they going to roll far enough? Ooh. Don't know that they did.
Yeah, not quite far enough. Edge to edge with that center guard. Second shot opportunity for Christina Black. To tap it back as well. Maybe roll it behind the center guard a little bit.
On its way. Trying to get it to work over. This needs to come up a lot. It's going to jam someplace. Just where?
Yeah, clips that yellow stone off the side. It doesn't move it out enough, so red is now shot stone.
Big opportunity now. You just like full 4-foot here?
Yeah,
Or are they taking on the takeout?
I think they're taking on the takeout and try to roll into the 4-foot, or probably have to roll it onto the button. Pretty flat roll to get to just the 4-foot.
Would have been a similar broom for either, so.
Trying to carve this over, but this one also just on the nose.
And it just parks itself right there. So opportunity now for Team Black to get out of this.
Yeah, they're just going to draw to the top of the 4. Maybe nibble the top of the button here. And the big difference why Hollie Duncan decided to play the hit rather than the draw is because she didn't have last stone, so she was afraid of leaving too many yellow stones in the rings. Team Black, they're less concerned about that red stone because they do have last stone advantage.
Everest on the carve here. It's finishing up nicely.
I think just a little heavy on the weight. If they had about 5 feet less weight, that would have landed in the top of the rings. Now it comes to the back. One taps the red stone back, so you are sitting 2, but leaving a bit of a pocket there. You see Hollie tapping the button. Get this onto that face of the yellow stone, a little bit inside. They'll naturally jam on that yellow stone then if they try to hit it.
So the shot from Ballston on the way.
Sweeper seems to indicate that it's a bit heavy.
Starting to turn now. It's going to come up enough. It is indeed heavy. Does chap off. So big opportunity now for Black.
Yep, you can make the hit now sit 3 with last rock, really putting the pressure on. You see all those stones in the back of the rings. Many of those got there because they were heavy, or some of them were tapped back, but we haven't really seen one, at least in this end, that was kind of swept to the right spot.
This one of the ones where the coach comes out, takes a picture and says, "Don't do this."
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you do see this in the second end as the ice starts to speed up a little bit. That first end might be a hair slower. Get a little bit more play, a little bit more heat in that in the ice shed with all the players there. You can see the ice speed up a little bit, and it might take a little bit of time for the players to catch on. And how
Yeah,
fast.
just absolutely, and just the players circulating around creates some airflow that kind of blows off the frost a little bit, if there is any. You see, they're going to move on over to the other side of the sheet.
Yeah, try to hit and flop on top of the yellow stone that's in the back of the 4. Try to catch a piece of the button and sit shot stone.
So the first from Duncan. hard for the line. This is already passed. Ooh, that's about the worst possible outcome.
Wow. Yeah,
And
Christina Black also shocked that happened.
Yep, and drops her broom as a result.
And
By the
now
great-
a huge opportunity here to close off the button area and pick up a big score with last stone.
I know many clubs, they'd be razzing somebody for dropping a broom, and everybody else in the shed would drop theirs.
Oh, it's funny when that happens. Try to place this in the top of the forefoot.
As somebody who works on the ice crew, I kind of bend down and only half drop it. If I were to put a little nick in the ice, I would hear about it for a week and a half.
Well, you got to protect your ice as an ice maker.
So trying to get in a command position here is Christina Black. With her first of the second, they're already counting 3.
You'll see if she can get the weight right here. They've been drawing on the other side of the sheet, the in-turn side, the counterclockwise side. Now they're going to the out-turn. Looks pretty good. Pretty good.
So there you go. That's the only way to try to salvage it here. The problem is it's going to be vulnerable.
Right. There's 2 raises Christina could use. Both yellow stones can be raised.
So do you try to maybe play the one that you can see cleanly and try to get 2, maybe 3 to go?
Yeah,
Figure if you...
looks
ahead.
pretty tough to get 3 of them to go.
Yeah, you hit there. Go into that one. It's going to go to the one on the outside. But either way, that's not what they're playing.
I just wonder whether you can get low enough on that stone that you can see to kick the other yellow stone that Christina just threw far enough.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine what shot you're throwing with this broom that's good.
Well, I think they're trying to just push this yellow stone through cleanly and get a little bit of a roll to the inside. Kind of sit on the corner of the stone that Christina threw. I don't know if that gets them second shot or not. Might be close.
So Hollie Duncan in a heap of trouble here with her last of the second. Nadaw trying to bring it over. Hit sticks right there. Their second shot, but 3, 4, and now 5 belong to Black. And I think there is a shot for 5, Jason, don't you? Come down with like hack weight. Chip it across the top.
Yeah, which way do you think?
I think you come on the outturn side here.
Yeah. And just cross the face here?
Yeah, just cross the face. And worst you're ever doing is 2. And it's as much as 5. And I have standing rule with myself. Anytime I have a shot for 5, I'm probably taking it.
Yeah, the question is, can you get across the face enough to push it past like that, right, as they're drawing it up? And we've seen the ice, it's not super curly. With lightweight, it'll finish, but it's not super aggressive, so can they get it to cut across enough? That I don't know.
Still not entirely convinced that's what they're playing. It is a downweight shot. So final stone of the second. Christina Black. Tight to the guard. Tight to the guard. And they wreck. Just was not enough ice. They'll get one. Big opportunity missed. We'll be back with the third.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Welcome back to Martensville. All tied up in one. It is Hollie Duncan with the hammer here in the third, throwing the Redstones in. Jason, golden opportunity lost for Christina Black.
Yeah, it looked like she never really had enough ice there. I guess maybe she was worried if she took too much ice, it wasn't going to come up enough, or she didn't want to be wide and maybe even chip Hollie's rock in for shot stone, but I don't think she was fully taking the right ice for making that shot, and as a consequence, she crashed on the guard. Only gets one, so Hollie Duncan escapes out of that situation.
And she has to be thanking her lucky stars. This is like hitting the lottery, really.
Yeah, I was playing a men's league game last night. I also had a shot for 5, and just didn't curl enough in my situation, but we had a option 2 for a 2 if I hit it slightly on the high side, so we did get 2 out of it, but didn't get the 5 either.
Well, and the same with that shot. If you hit it on the outside here, you would still have gotten 2 all day. Because, well, but that's where we are. No use crying over it. We got a tied up affair. Duncan has hammer and see what she can do with it. So here's Kelly Medall.
Trying to put a freeze onto that yellow stone. That Team Black played. That was Carly Everest's stone. A little heavy, so they're going around it now.
They wait a touch too long for that decision.
We were talking about last end. A lot of those draws going heavy, and that one a little heavy again.
Yep, the second time the teams are thrown in this direction. Usually third end is where the ice has gotten as fast as it's going to get usually.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the temperature of the ice shed, the air flows with all the players on the ice has warmed up the ice a little bit. It's been swept on. And then as the game progresses, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. As the game progresses.
Yeah, I was saying as the game progresses and the pebble wears down, you'll see the ice slow down a little bit.
In the meantime, that was not the optimal outcome there. Instead, clipping out their own. Gives Duncan a chance to lie 3 with no black stones in there.
Dave, this is the Tier 2 of the Grand Slam Curling Canadian Open. And we're going to take you all the way into the semifinals here on Curling Stadium. And in the finals, those 2 finalists, both on the men's and the women's side, they get to play in the arena in Saskatoon where the Tier 1 is happening.
Just a few minutes down the road, I'm told.
When the weather is nice. When it's a blizzard, it's a little bit longer. There was some nasty weather earlier this week out in the prairies.
It was I think somewhere around 20 centimeters of snow on Wednesday, but with extremely high winds and blowing and drifting snow.
Par for the course in the winter for the prairie provinces.
That's the old joke. Your dog runs away, you can watch it leave for a week.
Yeah, that draw came up a little bit short. It is wide open, so opportunity to quietly hit this and stay right there, I think.
Duncan sweeping it.
Yeah,
needs to get over the top, and they do. They roll big, but the takeout is still made, and that's actually a pretty good spot to roll to.
Yeah, it's a really good spot. It's so far out there. It's third shot, so you know Christina Black will never make a play on that one. Doesn't really help her to hit a rock that's that far out without last stone, so they're going right to the middle. And they don't mind freezing to that back red stone either. If you come right to the back red, you basically eliminated the top red as well because you're frozen. Won't be able to be removed very easily. You sat it in the top of the house in the top 4, and if you don't get it buried, Team Duncan can play another soft weight hit at it. So I like coming right to the back if you can. Even if you end up there, the red onto yellow might be possible. That might have curled just enough to make that red-yellow quite difficult. They are looking at it.
I think you can still pick it out as well if you want to.
Yeah, you can play a soft weight hit, maybe board weight pick. I think they're going to run it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think yellow onto red onto yellow.
So Ballston looking for the double run.
Close.
Yellow to red to yellow.
Well, they've opened up the front 3 red stones still remain in the house. The center line is open now. The yellow stone is mostly open. So not a bad result there. But Christina's got to be very careful now. With 3 red stones in the rings, she's going to make a takeout, try to sit 2. Hope she doesn't leave a double.
Guess you're looking for an inside roll to make it be a run double at least, or do you rather roll outside?
I think the inside roll is probably a bit better. But Dave, I think you can go either way.
Well, they're going to get neither.
Well, the natural double isn't really there. It's quite thin and it might jam. The yellow probably jams the first one. You get hit on the high side, but then you're losing the shooter, and that second yellow may jam on the back one. So they've just decided to make a nose hit, maybe flop it a little bit behind the red stone.
Second for Ballston. Strybush. Now Madal. Can roll just a little bit outside. So now you have that double opportunity and maybe even roll in.
Yeah, if you can make the double and sit first and second shot, that'd be really good.
It'd be really, really good.
Even if you made it right on the nose, I think you'll be sitting 1-2 in a pretty good spot. I think the shooter will outcount that other stone in the back of the 12, in that 5 o'clock position right now.
So Christina Black with her first.
Can she get both reds to go out? She doesn't, but
does not.
She gets the shooter rolling behind the guard, so it's not too bad. They are sitting 1-2. And
you see, it's just going to be the draw, yeah.
Yeah, they force Hollie now to make a freeze here. If she makes a good freeze, she could still get the 2 out of this. So Christina Black, she's done enough to take a big end out of play, I think.
Had both teams dancing between the raindrops a little bit here in the early going.
Yeah, both having some opportunities for a big end. Hollie's going to have to work for her 2 points now. Get a corner freeze, slightly to the inside of that yellow stone that's just touching the tee line. If it's shot stone, that then probably forces Christina to try to freeze right on top, on the corner again, maybe try to get shot stone or at least cover a piece of the button, and then depending on what happens, Hollie may have to either draw for 1 or have a draw to the button for 2. First things first, though, Hollie Duncan needs to lay this freeze down on the inside corner. She can't over curl.
Nicely thrown.
Yeah, really good job there.
No real choice but to freeze back.
Yeah, if you freeze on top, you might be able to get shot stone, but then you might leave Hollie a soft weight shot to remove it. You could freeze to the back yellow stone as well, and I think if she does that, she will also be shot stone. And if
Not
she
entirely convinced of that. But be close. It would have to be just right.
Yeah, if you're just right, I think you'll be shot stone if you freeze to the back yellow as well. With the ice she's taking, it leads me to believe she's freezing to the back yellow. They don't.
It's going to come up late.
She has blocked off the draw path a little bit.
So what's left here?
You can draw to the 4-foot still on that in-turn side, or you can almost play the same shot with a little bit of weight and just come to your red stone and roll into the 4-foot. Kind of maybe a back 4, back 8 weight shot. Just roll your shooter in off your own red. I kind of like that shot because you just played this path, just add a 5 feet more weight.
Definitely some discussion here.
Yeah, based on that ice, it looks like she is going to take the similar path as she just did. Not really sure she even needs to roll in that much. If she's just got a few feet more weight, she just moves the yellow one back, hits the red one, what she can see, or taps the red one. I think she'll be out counting the back yellow as well, so
So here we go. Final stone of the third end, trying to get 2. Looking to carve it. Already hanging out there. Needs to make it all the way over. All the way over. Still a long, long way to go. It's not going to get there. And do they get away with it? I believe that's a steal of 1.
I agree with you.
It is a steal of 1 and only 1. Now, well, they looked at it real close. They pointed to it. And it is indeed a steal of 1. So Black takes a 2-1 lead. Duncan has a hammer in 4. When we come back, you're watching the Grand Slam on Curling Stadium.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
And we are back in Martensville. It was a stolen point in 3 for Christina Black. Duncan has the hammer as we're playing the Tier 2 Canadian Open. here on Curling Stadium. So now that hammer flipped to Duncan in the even ends. Neither team has blanked an end yet.
Yeah, and as you recall, only one blank allowed per team each game. You also see time clocks being used, not usual for a regular tour event, but for the Grand Slam curling. Indeed, thinking time being used, and the teams can call a timeout, and if they have a coach with them, the coach can also come out during those timeouts.
Looks like we have a lot of close matches. Our games on sheet 1 and 3 are both tied at 1.
Yeah, on sheet 1, that's the Chinese team of Xu Xiaoming. They're going to the Olympics after getting one of those final 2 spots at the Olympic qualification event. They're playing against Dylan Dirksen of Saskatoon and Michael Broder playing Dustin Kaltoff of Saskatoon on the other sheet. I think that's sheet 4. The men on the outside sheet, the girls, they've got the middle 2 on this draw. And that other game on the ice is Serena Gray Withers playing Yunmin Park of Korea.
Once again, that game tied up, playing in the 4th. This one's really close to the center guard. No tick is still in effect. Did you put it back?
Yeah, that's right. No tick rule activated. So good setup now for Christina Black. We've seen 2 ticks so far on the no tick rule in this game. Both to the benefit of Christina Black. So opportunity to play a higher guard here. Yeah, perhaps one of the reasons why is maybe we're seeing the no-tick rule come into effect a little bit more this week is because the ice not curling a whole lot, at least not aggressively at the end, and so they do need to come a little bit tighter to the guards when they're making those come-arounds. If you are on Grand Slam ice where there's 4 or 5 feet of curl, you never need to really come that close to a guard to make the come-around. It would just pop open on the other side. Here, you do need to be a little bit tighter. With only about 3 feet of curl, we're seeing. A little bit more in some parts of the ice, but some parts of the ice only about 3 feet, so.
Double peels made here. Rolls off to be another corner guard.
Yeah, that's a good double peel and roll to the corner. That last guard just came in too deep. That double peel was pretty automatic. So now Team Black, they're going to guard their only stone that's in the rings, and they have to make this pretty good, because if they ever left a piece of that yellow stone open, especially on the side where the 2 guards are, you're going to see a soft weight hidden roll behind those guards. So they really do need to try to protect against the hidden roll behind the guard. So they need to make sure this guard is either perfectly guarding this stone or even guarding a little bit more on the left-hand side, as you see from your screen. Yeah, Christina, sweep a little bit more. There is a piece. I think they maybe got a hair too lazy on that at the end.
So you see hack weight, they are going to take it on.
Yeah, and even you could even hit or rub off the yellow stone with hack weight and roll the shooter in. So there's a couple of ways to do this and get a rock in the house. Yeah, I think Team Black just got a little bit complacent sweeping that last stone. You saw Christina at the last moment come up trying to get a little bit extra curl. Didn't quite get it as far as they needed to. This opens up this hack weight hit roll. It is diving towards the guard. It is going to hit the guard now. Will it roll into the house?
Can they spin it on? Certainly. And a second shot.
And perfectly behind cover. So there was that little bit of a mistake, that little sweeping mistake or line call mistake, and Team Duncan takes advantage of it. Well, now even more important to get this guard in the right spot.
Yeah, because they are guarding for their lives right here.
Now this time they're carving it over, trying to make sure they're covering the correct side. And this time they do. They learned their lesson.
Yes, indeed. Now Ballston on the peel. Away it goes. Provides even more cover for the second shot rock.
Yeah, they were hoping to clip the one in the house, but they do make the peel, and like you said, got another corner guard out of it, so good enough for now. Joe Brothers needs another guard here.
A lot of having to throw the perfect guard here. Tremendously difficult to do it that many times in a row. But there's another one. So Duncan. Medal right on the brush. And get 1 and 2, and away they go. So
Nice run back there.
Yep, they remove both stones. And very importantly, change the color of the rock that's getting drawn under now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that that's a red stone, if you run it back now, you'll sit 2. But not a lot of options here for Christina. She's just got to go around it.
On the way down with the draw. How deep is it going to go? It's full 4 and pretty well buried. And give it the run another go here.
I would say so. They're thinking about playing it quiet.
See, I was thinking the opposite. Play a little bit of weight and try to get the run and roll under cover and stick a second guy under there. Get really greedy.
Yeah, they thought about just playing quiet weight right at it. I like this call much better. Just because of how good that Yellowstone is. It is perfectly buried almost. And as you said, Dave, you could run this and get that runner to roll one way or the other behind the corner guards, even behind that yellow guard. And now you can put 3 into play.
So Duncan with her first. Couple quick licks from Nadal here. This is just going to go over the top. So now an opportunity for Christina Black to put a nice guard on this and make it very difficult. Team Black with a 1-stone lead here. Playing in the third.
Yeah, the unfortunate part, sorry, but Dave, the unfortunate part about where that red stone, that shot that that Hollie just played, is it's landed in a spot where she's taken away her own draw path. So Hollie doesn't really have an in-turn draw to the button right now. So if this guard is made, it's going to be very difficult for Hollie Duncan. She might just have to play the run back to score the 1 point. Maybe there's an angle raise on that corner guard to get 2, but that's quite tough. Good looking shot there. You can see it here. That in-turn draw is going right through that guard. So the out-turn draw really isn't there to the button because that yellow stone that's in the top of the 4 is blocking the path. So yeah, they are looking at this angle for 2.
So Hollie Duncan facing a steal, trying the 15-foot angle raise for 2. Final stone of the 4th end. Strybosh trying to work the curl. This looks to be way out there. And it's going to be a steal of 1 for Christina Black. Halfway through, Black leads by 2.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
See, Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
And welcome back. We're in the fourth end break, and both teams are having a discussion with their coaches. We'll take another quick break right here. Be back in a moment on Curling Stadium.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
And welcome back to Martensville. Second half action here. It's the Grand Slam of Curling, Canadian Open Tier 2. Brought to you live on Curling Stadium. I'm Dave Schmel, joined by Jason Chang. Matt Hona is our producer, and our camera engineer is Connor Sims.
A pretty tight first half of the game, only singles being scored. But the difference right now, Christina Black with that steal in the fourth end.
Two consecutive steals now for Team Black to give them that lead.
Yeah, and so Team Black also will have hammers right now in the evens, and because Team Duncan is down by a couple points, I don't think they're going to be eager to blank this one. I think they're going to try to score here. Corner guard goes up.
Once again, playing under the Grand Slam rules with just one blank allowed per 8-end game per team. If you're to blank a second one, you do forfeit the hammer. Wouldn't it be a crazier rule if you forfeited the game?
If you accidentally blanked, oh, well, the pressure would be really on, eh?
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't mind it actually. Like if it's an open house and you have to force the draw to the paint just to not lose the game completely.
Or if you have one of these ends with the whole mess of guards up front, and somehow you end up with empty rings, and maybe you had to raise something to get in because the draw path isn't there, and it wrecks on something else on the way by.
Well, you know what I think would really change is if there was a rock in the house and you would normally hit and stick for your one, you might just play the draw instead so that you can't hit and roll out and blank it accidentally. Because if you draw and miss, you give up a steal of one, you haven't lost the game, right? So
right. That would be a wrench.
Dave, I like it. I think we're onto something here.
Just give us a few more games together, Jason. We're going to solve the world's problem. Next up, Cold Fusion. Although I think we're moving away from that. We're going to go to thorium, if I'm not mistaken. It's the next best thing in nuclear energy.
Oh, is that right? Well, I was watching the news this morning, and the province of Ontario striking an agreement with the state of New York to help develop some nuclear technology, small modular nuclear reactors. That's our cross-border friendship. All right, couple of guards go up for Team Black. There is that redstone behind the corner, so that is a pretty good spot for Team Duncan to get on the journey of getting a couple points back here. Looking at making a play on the center guards, rolling to a corner. I like this play. They looked at just drawing in, but I think with two center guards like this, probably prudent to remove one of them right now before it gets too messy.
So Strybosh looking to do just that. Probably trying to see if they can get a little cute here and spin in. At least spin to a nice guard. Stop! Stop! It didn't stop, Jason. Gives Black an opportunity to stick another one in. You see the time clocks in the background there. 12 minutes and 49 seconds left for Team Duncan. 16 and change for Black. Should be plenty of time. Both teams have both of their timeouts available. Gonna play on this top one here. Make the play on it, roll to a corner.
Yeah, I like this call here. Slowly trying to open up the front, but also make the corner situation more attractive. I guess she was trying to run it in based on the weight they played there. Christina Black sitting 2 right now, so a choice
toyed
here.
with the idea of peeling there, yeah, but electing to come for a guard, right?
Yeah, I didn't mind the peel if she decided to do that. I don't mind this either. Yeah, chance to run this in now, and this time the angle's better to leave another corner guard on the right-hand side of the sheet as you see it from the thrower's angle. She got it moving right out of her hand. Yeah, she's just got it going out of her fingers there. She does leave a corner on the other side, though, so that could be useful.
But the guard's going to come right back. It is important because the wide out turn draw path might be obstructed by that really high guard. It's kind of close, but it's possible.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Very rarely do you consider a guard that far out being a problem, but just think certainly it's going to give you a pause.
Yeah, that rock landed a little bit high, and now they can chase the one in the rings and roll around the corner.
So taking on the chase here to lie 2 and 3. Alston.
She might make the accidental double, in fact. Well, it doesn't quite have the
Oh,
weight
no.
of double. Yeah, Christina Black's still sitting 2.
She thinks the draw path is there.
Yeah, I think it is there. Have to come a little bit close to that guard. Got a good crowd out here in Martensville. It helps when it's not snowing outside.
This one looks a little bit heavy. Line's getting really nice, though.
It got there all by itself, but it is on the button.
So decision time here for Team Duncan. Take us through the options there, Jay.
Yeah, well, I think what they've decided to do is come down to it, maybe tap it a little bit, tap it to the back of the 4. I think that's probably the most prudent of the options. The thing is, after you make this tap, Christina probably just plays one right on top, and it'll be hard to get the second one in. Go through the port, now trying to hold the line here. Or by the other one, I think. Yeah. Nice looking shot. Tap it back to the back 4. Sit on the top of the button. Really nice shot. Yeah, now Christina just needs to freeze on top. Now really shrink the scoring area.
So just do exactly what they did. Come on down there, get on there, and be happy to give up 1, take the hammer into the even end.
That's right, with a lead. Yeah, if they make this shot, I'm not sure what Hollie will do. There is a long angle raise on that corner guard on the right-hand side from the overhead that they could maybe bump into the forefoot or into the button. That's pretty tough.
Final stone from Black. Looking to make the corner freeze here.
One might be
This looks like Scotia light.
a little bit light, but as long as they're sitting in front, it does cut down the path quite a bit. But
Yeah, the tap there.
it leaves the full forefoot for any tap. If they had gotten this onto the face of that red stone that's in the top of the button, this would be much more difficult.
You don't even have to hit it. You're right. You don't even have to hit it perfect. You can chisel off the one that was just thrown.
That's right. So if you plan on chiseling, then you've got to plan on throwing a little extra weight.
So Hollie Duncan and her team out of Woodstock, Ontario. Final stone of the fifth. Hard on the carve now. Gonna get a piece. You're definitely gonna chisel. And you chisel right on up. Does it go far enough? It does not. It'll be a single point for Hollie Duncan. Black has a hammer in 6, up 1. When we come back, you're watching the Grand Slam on Curling Stadium.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Welcome back. We're in the 6th end of play. But before we get back to our game, Jason Chang will take you around the rings.
Yeah, on sheet 1, you see the score. It's tied 2-2 through 5 ends. That's Xu Xiaoming of China playing against Dylan Dirksen of Saskatoon. Over on sheet 3, that's Serena Gray Withers and Team Park. Serena Gray Withers, with the big lead there. And over on the far sheet, sheet 4, Michael Brunner and Dustin Kaltoff. Yellowstones, that belongs to Michael Brunner. They're leading 4-2 after 4 ends of play.
And in our game, it's been a battle of paper cuts, all single points. But right now, Christina Black has 3 stones scored against 2, and the hammer here in the all-important 6th end. Once again, there are no ties in round robin play. Play a shootout to determine the winner.
Dave, how do you like that rule instead of going to the extra ends in the round robin format?
I like it for round robin format and not for the playoffs, so I got no problem with it. Especially because they're scoring it like on a 3-point system.
Right, 3 points for a win in regulation, 2 for a win during the shootout, and 1 point for a loss in the shootout, and of course no points if you lose in regulation. Kind of like how they do it in soccer.
And to the point being made there by Ethan McDonald in the chat, Hollie Duncan has been playing most of this season, to our knowledge, brushing. I'll be corrected, I'm sure, if I'm incorrect, but we did talk this over before the game with some folks who should know. She is, of course, still throwing fourth stones. This one just a hair heavy. Got to try to come around now. Get a hair under.
Yeah, good call there. After they realized it was a bit heavy, they got it around. Christina Black, she wants to open things up here. She wants to score here in this even end. Again, because they're only allowed one blank, she can't really go blank and take hammer into the eighth. She would lose hammer in the eighth if that was the case. So she wants to score here.
They get the single peel there. Weren't able to make the double.
What would be interesting is if Christina Black only manages to get a single point here. And then what does Hollie Duncan do? Because she can blank the 7 and come home in the 8th with hammer down by 2, or she could try to score and then steal in the 8th. So a little bit of interesting strategy. You could also see Christina Black be okay with giving up 1 here and then blanking the 7th and coming home with hammer in the 8th. So a lot of different ways to play this.
Strategery.
We need a dictionary for you, Dave.
Oh, well, I took that off of, let's see, let me go back here. 45, 44, 43. Of our 42nd president, George H.W. Bush. He said, we need to come up with some new strategery.
Peel is called again. See now when Megan goes to throw, Hollie is in the house.
And strategery aligns also with another word, optionality.
That's not a real word?
It may or may not be. I'm not sure.
One of our fans could tell us. But Ethan, we were also talking early game. Megan Balson has been a long time skip before joining Team Duncan, so she's well accustomed to calling the game. In this team, they will be at the Ontario Provincials, the Ontario Scotties Tournament of Hearts, in early January. That's happening in Elmira. She'll be one of the favorites.
Going to go for the double peel here again.
Yeah, I think so.
On the way from Brothers.
She's close.
She converts it this time.
She's rolled the shooter away. That's a good result. Now it's really difficult for Team Duncan. You can see that red stone is hard to guard because if you guard the red stone, the yellow onto red is automatic. If you kind of guard the yellow, you can pick that red stone out as well, and you're sitting first and third if you're Christina Black, or second and third if you're Christina Black. So if you pick that red stone out, you got your 2 points.
Certainly a huge part of the modern game, being able to make those double peels.
Yeah, Christina's just going to keep peeling this. I think her first instinct was just keep peeling it because she knows that she's got options on that red at the end. And of course, Hollie might try to remove one of the yellow stones at some point if she keeps peeling. Try to sit 2.
And they make the peel. So here's the first for Duncan.
So now what do you do, Christina?
Yeah, it's a good question.
If you peel the guard, I think Hollie will make a play on the yellow stone that's in the top of the 4. Try to roll it and see if she can't leave a double. I don't think she can guard again because, as we said, there's 2 ways to get that red stone out right now, and one guard can't block both shots. Christina can make the pick right now.
That would be what I would do.
Yep. Then what does Hollie do?
Not a lot of places to hide.
Exactly.
So Christina Black. She settles in. Her first to 2 here in the 6th. Gotta work hard to hold this. Gonna really close to her own. Grazes it and jams it on the back. Oh, he could have done almost anything other than that.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the way to miss it. I thought she was going to throw a hair more weight at this. She was kind of soft on it in terms of the weight choice.
Could have not thrown him, been better off.
Yeah, shot stone, still Duncan, and now they're going to loop a second one around, sit 2. You're going to get forced here.
So final stone, the 6th for Hollie Duncan.
It's hanging a little bit.
This is hanging a little bit.
And it's heavy.
Need to sweep. Yeah, gotta sweep it back. No double that way.
Is there still a double, though?
Yeah, you might be able to do it from the intern side, right? The left side.
Yeah, if you can get just to the nose, you don't have to push it out, really. You don't even need the double for the 2. You just need to get to the nose and push that red stone back.
No, I agree. And what more, I concur.
Well, I think you definitely take this on. As I was saying before, if you just happen to give up a single point, you can then blank 7 and take hammer in the 8 with a tie game. Or you make this shot now and you're going to get 2 and take the lead. Or, sorry, extend your lead. Excuse me.
So big opportunity for Christina Black here. The runner-up in the Olympic trials. Final stone, the sixth end. Very positive release.
Yeah, that is Christina's style. Lots of rotation. This looks pretty close. I think she's got it. Two for Christina Black. Takes a 5-2 lead after 6.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Well, a mistake on Hollie Duncan's final stone gives Christina Black that chance to play that soft weight tap back for 2 points. She makes it perfectly. 5-2 lead through 7 now. Team Duncan with the hammer. We'll need to put some points on the board here to get back into this game, get a chance to win it maybe in the 8th, or maybe have to take it to the draw to the button. First things the first, they've got to throw up a corner guard, and they do. If you're just joining us, my name is Jason Chang. With us was Dave Schmel. We heard he lost power, so hopefully he can get some power back. Crank that hand generator.
And my arm's starting to get all warmed up. I'm, getting all jacked and everything. Cranking that generator. I'm back, baby.
Welcome back. I think Dave's hand got tired and he might have gotten cut off again. So there we go. 2 rocks in the rings for Team Black. No surprise. They've got the 3-point lead. They just want to get the first 2 in the rings, and then they'll start protecting it on the next stone. Hollie Duncan, they're going to make use of the corner guard. I think they called it into the rings. They could throw a second corner guard as well, but I think they're going right in right now. This is where this draw has to be good from Kelly Madaw. If you decide to go in, it has to be buried. If it's not buried, that gives Team Black an opportunity to play a hit. This one looks pretty good. We do see a little bit more curl from the inside out, going center line away. That's well done. So Christina Black not even looking at the hit here. Going to play up a tight guard. Maybe not too tight, such that they can hit and roll into the rings. This is where the guard placement is really important. If you go a bit too tight, then the hit and roll into the rings is possible. If you're putting it where Christina indicates it, it's tight enough such that the runbacks, it's tight enough such that you can't chase easily the rocks in the house. You're still leaving a little bit of distance for the runbacks, but more importantly, you can't make a hit and roll off the guard. But that has overcurled a little bit, and Megan Balsden indicating that you got to make a play on the rocks in the house here. You want to tap them back, start creating a wall in the back of the rings. something that rocks can be jammed onto, or you can freeze onto those later on in the end. Backline to hack weight there, move both stones back, really nicely done. Christina, you're gonna look at peeling the guard here or running it in. You have to be careful, you could jam it. Does she make it? It does jam. Will it go out? No. And unfortunately, it left a corner guard as well, so that was the risk. It played out that way. So now Team Duncan, they have something cooking here.
All right, now I not only have my hand crank, I'm on a treadmill now. I'm running to try to keep the lights on.
All right, I thought you had, yeah, I was wondering whether you had the foot pedals, but Dave Schmel, commentator, and getting in some exercise today.
Yeah, brutal windstorm is hitting my area right now.
Dave, you didn't catch what just happened.
What did just happen?
Team Black was trying to run that corner guard into the stone that was behind the corner guard. It jammed on the back yellow stone. So the corner guard is still there, yellow corner guard now. And now there's 3 red stones in the rings. Team Black trying to make the hit and roll in now, and they don't. So Team Duncan, they've really got something going here, Dave.
They certainly do. They certainly do. Get this hit and roll here. They'll lie 3 again.
Yeah, if they make the hit and roll, I think Team Black might be thinking running that guard in. See if they can get some of the reds moving. Trying to carve this over. No one has managed to make the roll under. Now the double might be there, though.
Yeah, it looks like it goes pretty naturally. Jill Brothers. This one's too far outside as well, so a whole bunch of misses in the same direction by both squads.
Yeah, now Team Duncan, they don't even need to hit the Yellowstone because they're sitting 2. It's an interesting call there by Team Black. They were hitting that stone first and coming across to make the double. Would have had to use a lot of weight, which is what Jill Brothers threw, but then couldn't get it onto the correct line. They could have made the double the other way as well. Maybe they were just worried they would flirt with the guard, but I thought they could see quite a good piece of it, so found that a little bit curious. That would have been more natural. Easier to get the 2 rocks to go out. Now, trying to play a draw here.
You work it across the center line. Can we clear the guard? It has to keep on moving. Keep on moving. You need to have this count for 3rd. And no, just a little short.
Yeah, just a little bit short for third shot. Still something that Team Black has to worry about. They're only third shot right now, and I think they're just going to take the backstone out. They don't mind giving up 2. They'll still be up by 1, playing 8, so I think they'd be happy with that situation still. Just want to make sure they don't give up 3 here.
So here's Black with her first. Both teams needing a win. They hit on the back one. Stay pretty well wide open.
I think Hollie Duncan's called the hit and try to roll it back under.
Are you surprised coming from this direction?
Not particularly. I think they've been throwing a lot of rocks this way, this end, so she has set this out a little bit. That's why they're carving it. You can see that rock kind of pop to her left as it left her head.
They do get it by.
Will it stick around? It sits around, but is it... No, it rolls too far. Now what do you do? Here's the problem with just the draw to the 4. The slash, yellow slash for 3 might be on if you go to the top of the 4 behind cover.
Took one look at throwing the double on the Reds. That's risky.
That's risky too. You could
Probably
just
the best outcome, but it's risky.
Yeah. You can't really draw to the other side of the rings. If you draw using the in-turn, center line out, you'll crash onto that red stone. Most likely. You could try out-turn really far out, but that's going into a spot where no one has played before.
So they do look to be favoring the draw here.
Yeah, you might be better off if you just left it biting the top of the 4 rather than going any deeper.
Mm-hmm.
If you left it biting top of the 4, even if you leave a piece open, I don't think there'll be a double for 3.
So Christina Black, her final the 7th.
You see it on the overhead. If you ever get to the T line, that slash yellow for 3 is probably there.
Did they leave the redirect double for 4? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it something you try? Timeout's called. It's going to be interesting.
think they probably have to take this on. Their coach, Sherry Madaw.
Pretty good coach.
She just won the Canadian Senior Championships.
Don't know how she's possibly age eligible for that, Jason. Learn how to give that answer all the time, and you're always safe.
I think that shot is there, if you can come off the red.
I think so, too. I mean, really makes a big difference if you can make it.
The spot where it's at now, the slash really isn't there. That angle is really steep. If it had gone a little bit further onto the tee line, I think the slash is there. Yellow, yellow slash.
So it looks like they're just going to play the direct raise takeout.
Yeah, and the shooter's going to naturally go into the Yellowstone.
Might actually kick it far enough.
Could be for 4.
Final still in the 7th end. Hollie Duncan. They're carving this right away. That's never a good sign. Needs to get over there. Can they make it? Off the yellow. Tick it over. No, it's going to be a steal of 1 for Christina Black. Duncan will trail by 3 coming home when we come back to Martensville.
Hey, Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Welcome back to Martensville. It's the 8th and final end of regulation play here. Black in a fantastic spot, up by 4, playing the 8th end. It's the Grand Slam of Curling Canadian Open Tier 2, taking place here at the Martensville Curling Club. Dave Schmel, along with Jason Chang. Matt Hone is our producer, and our camera engineer is Connor Sims. And big uphill struggle here for Duncan now.
Yeah, Team Black, they've stolen the last few ends. Actually got a little bit fortunate. Dodged a bit of a bullet because Team Duncan, they had a shot there for 4, but she was just wide, quite wide actually on that shot. And in fact, most of that end, when teams were hitting rocks from that side of the sheet, they were all wide. So yeah, Team Black, they've decided they've got 1 rock in the rings in a perfect spot. No need to have any more stones in the rings. They are just looking to go into rock elimination mode. They, of course, can't remove the guard. So they just decide to throw it through. Always feels good as a lead when you can throw your rocks through.
I remember the first time I was told to do that, I had no concept of such a thing. And they said, make sure it gets all the way through. And I kicked out and shoved it as hard as I possibly could, nearly through the backboards. Scared the living daylights out of my skip. Said, well, you said to make sure. I made sure.
Yeah, and another guard on the other side.
Another one through.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, now you got to start using those guards. And then hope for a couple of misses.
That's all you have at this point for sure. Main job for Black is to find a way to make the math not math.
Yeah, really, right now, 6 stones left for Team Duncan to score 4. Those 2 rocks in the guard zone probably won't score for you. Now, this rock needs to stay in the rings first.
Oh, it has to stay in the rings.
And it does.
It just does. It's a backbiter. You taking on directly, or are you just peeling the guard here?
Yeah, either or shot, I think. They're going to try to go for the one in the back of the rings because it's so far back. You've got some room to curl around the guard before you hit it. I mean, the good news for Hollie is they need mistakes. So if it's at the back of the rings, if this happens to miss and flash right by, then you can draw another one in closer to the tee line, maybe stack one more in after that. But, Team Black, they're experienced. They know that they're going to hit this guard, make sure they're grooming it tight, throwing it a little on the tight side. If they get the guard, they get the guard.
I'd like to be throwing one more guard here.
Yeah, and they are. Yeah, straight peel this time. You can see that guard lines up a bit better with the one in the house. So single peel now. Jill Brothers. I play on Thursday nights with a guy who used to play against Jill Brothers quite a lot when he was a junior curler in Nova Scotia. And my connection with Hollie Duncan is a long, long time ago. We were in the same curl-on clinic. We were taking a course, I think, a coaching course. Might have been the level 2 technicals when they used to have the levels back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time I met Hollie.
This one is pretty well out there. Once again, playing the two-way shot.
I think if this one goes out, I'm not really sure how Team Duncan's going to score 4 here. Well, now, for sure.
Wow, and just for good measure, you make the long cross-house double. One more look at that shot for the win.
Yeah, certainly wasn't calling this, but hey, what a shot, Jill Brothers.
When it's going your way sometimes, buddy.
Yeah, Christina had a quick look back to see if it was there. It certainly was.
So it will be them improving to 2-2 with 6 points for them. They'll have to wait it out and see how the rest of the playoff scenario shakes out. So make sure you stay with us here on Curling Stadium. We have more action coming up at 4:30. It's Reed Carruthers versus Andrew Stapera. You can join Sean Joyce and Jim Nix for that action right here on Curling Stadium. But for now, for Jason Chang, Matthew Hone, and Connor Sims, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you for watching. Good day.